Here comes the gust front on the time lapse. I don't know. Hopefully this is coming through okay on the stream. I don't know. Anybody else see the rainbow in the southeast last night when the sun came out? There were a lot of very cool pictures that were shared on Twitter right about this time. This is the visible over southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois from yesterday from that same time. Can you guys hear me? I'm assuming that I'm unmuted, like I've heard nobody else but me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just checking. I'm just rambling. I don't really have anybody to say anything. So that was kind of cool. And this is a radar over the same time period. That's not going to loop though. Any other rain observations from yesterday? I heard from Ed Hopkins that he had 1 3/4 inches in Fitchburg, and I just checked the Madison airport. They had 1.43, so just under an inch and a half. Kind of a gloomy, rainy, yucky day yesterday. I mean, time lapse is kind of cool, but it's kind of a dark and dreary day to be out doing anything. Today's a little nicer. Let's see, who all do we have on here today? Bill, Jeff is here. Maggie, any updates on the aerosol stuff?
Yeah, I can share some stuff there.
Sure, great.
Fires out Central America and Mexico look to be a little more active in terms of putting off smoke.
Have you seen anything from the fires that are going on in Minneapolis? I actually saw Zach Handlos, one of our former graduate students, is working remotely in Southwest Minneapolis, and he had some observations from the Weather Service up there that had smoke in the observations that they attributed to the fires going on from the protests.
So it doesn't, in the satellite product, I can't really see anything. But if I go and here, I'll start sharing some stuff.
Okay. We're a small group, so no pressure.
So right now, here's the air quality from yesterday. Nothing up, but if you look at fire and smoke, it definitely shows there's definitely some fire marking. Let's see, I've got up this is the HMS smoke product. Let's see if I can zoom in some. You can see a lot of fire pixels and smoke coming off of Mexico, Central America. It looks like there might be some off the border there, but that wouldn't be the Minneapolis.
That's pretty far away. There's a lot in Western Canada too.
Oh, the fire stuff?
Yeah, on the one that you just had up, there was a bunch back in.
Yeah.
I'm bad with my Canadian provinces, but
I don't really know.
Not British Columbia, the two next to it, Saskatchewan, and that's not Manitoba.
Let's see. Here's there's the dust off of Africa is really starting to blow more into, or at least is the off the coast of Colombia, or that's not Colombia, that's Venezuela. It's really right there. Let's see, I put this one looked pretty nice. This is an aerosol model from NRL. So the aerosol optical depth at 0Z, sulfate portion, the smoke portion, and then dust. So we've got a region of Africa that's putting off smoke, and then the dust as well. That should be looking to start maybe a little bit of mix with the smoke from South America.
Nice.
Let me change the projection here to see if we can see anything more out of the Minneapolis thing. maybe it's just not real thick, or
Yeah, it may just not
I
be
think
to the
this
scale.
is too coarse.
Yeah.
Otherwise, um, um, so this is the aerosol or PM 2.5 in ozone uh, for the 28th. Um, there seems to be, or there, one of the, I read a smog blog every once in a while, and they were remarking on ozone in California over the last few days.
Was there a significant decrease over the past couple of months, and now that things are starting to open up, that's going back up again?
I haven't really been paying too much attention to that.
Right.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay.
But there have been some like preliminary looking studies that have been remarking on it.
Right.
It's like sometime in April, kind of low, and then a couple days ago, there was also a little bit of a high, potential high event over Lake Michigan, but I haven't, the satellite stuff, it's all obscured by cloud.
Yeah.
And so I can't really confirm anything there.
Hmm.
And then there appears to be some dust and maybe some sulfate coming from, and has appeared to be some coming from, or across the ocean from like China and stuff. Let's see, the northern hemisphere projection would be the best way to see that. Kind of swirling across.
Oh,
that's been a consistent feature for a while now.
Hmm. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
To show the climate stuff because Ed updated that for us today. So this is as of yesterday. So here you can see the beautiful couple of days we had over the weekend and early part of the week, and then yesterday. Not quite as nice. There's this little spike in rain from yesterday. Still running a little above normal on rain. Snow is pretty much done, I'm guessing. .62 over 48 and mostly cloudy in Madison. At least there's blue sky. That's nice. Not a bad end of May day. All of the humidity and heat from the last couple days is off to our east now. 80s up into New Brunswick. Hot in Florida. That's not unusual. Hot in Texas. I'm guessing that's not that unusual. Maggie, you would know, right?
Yeah.
How's that typically for your part of the world?
Probably fairly typical. I'm surprised there aren't any 90s on there.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like, it's the end of May.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of getting to that point. 90s out in Arizona. That's where they are. I guess since there's no spring training, although I guess it'd be late for that. It'd be real baseball now, but wonder what's going to happen with that. I know there was a proposal from the Major League Baseball team owners to the players, and there was a pretty significant pay cut involved because they were playing with no fans, and the players were like, "Sorry, no." So they're pretty much at an impasse right now. We'll see if there's any baseball this summer. It's cut off low off of California. And with the dust and the smoke, it almost kind of looks hazy as the sun goes over off the
Yeah.
coast of South America. Back out in here too, even Western Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where Western Mexico is kind of where the largest fire activity right now is.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, there's definitely a bunch of smoke there.
You can see that cut off low off of California. Oh, whoops. What did I just do? I think I got busted by a multi-finger gesture that I wasn't expecting. There's the cut off low off of California. Not a whole lot of precip west of the Mississippi.
I was starting to read some stuff about how fire season is potentially going to be, they haven't been able to do as much of the clearing as they would have been liked, so it could be interesting this year.
In the western U.S., or I heard something about like Alaska and northern Siberia being potentially bad.
Okay. Yeah, I saw some stuff with California where they've kind of been a little lax on a lot of their fires, or a number of them. Some of the analyses have suggested that like the power companies haven't been good about clearing around their lines.
Is that because of the COVID-19 lockdowns?
Um, yes and no. Like it's kind of a historical problem. Like,
Oh, okay. More than just this year.
and then they haven't been able to kind of correct for some of that because of the lockdown.
Gotcha.
I did not read those articles just real close though, so it was
Yeah.
that's more of a headline analysis.
Mm-hmm.
um,
looks like we're going to have probably more clouds than sun in Madison the rest of the afternoon. Had a nice morning. Nice to see everything greening up. Looks like we get warm again next week. Stay reasonably warm. Wow, that's a big area, 90s for June 7th. A low of 72 for Madison. That's pretty toasty. I don't know. Those dew points are pretty extreme, I think, on this model. I would be surprised to have dew points up in the 70s that much over us in June. And it could be, but it seems a little excessive. Big high pressure system coming in, so the weekend looks really pretty nice around here. Cooler than it has been, but high around upper 6, low 70s, and end of May is all right by me.
That sounds great.
And maybe a chance of rain. This would be Monday, just some showers coming through. And the heat builds in 570 thickness, 576 on the doorstep. Maybe some showers on coming into Wednesday. A little more unsettled. Next week, Friday, weather watch time looks okay. Maybe some showers into the weekend. And then we get out into Michael Morgan Fantasyland. Maybe some rain the following Tuesday. Ooh, looks like a nice convective line coming through on Tuesday night. A week from Tuesday, that is, June 10th. If you believe in the Michael Morgan GFS fantasy world. Another one the next week, or Thursday. So I guess the moral of the story is the weekend looks pretty nice. Getting back up to be a little warmer, up near 80 into next week. And then we'll see what happens after that. Anybody else want to look at? All right, well, I guess I'm all talked out. I can throw up that loop of the camera and just let that run, just because it's cool. So I guess I have to share my screen again to do that, don't I? All right, well, thanks for coming, everybody, and I'll do the same thing next week. Have a good weekend. We'll see some of you at Beer Call, and have a good Friday afternoon. See you later, Maggie. Thanks for sharing the aerosol stuff.